Hello everyone, welcome back, and I'm ready to show you how you can make this cute candy corn. This is a pet toy that I made for Georgie. I dog sit him a couple of weeks ago, and as I was making it, I just realized that it was the perfect size for him. I gave it a try, I gave it to him, and he loved it. Stay until the end so you can see him playing. This is another one, another version of a candy corn toy. It's bigger for a bigger dog. I'm going to show you how to make this one. This project is not for beginners, but it is easy to follow because it only requires you to know 2 stitches. I'm going to show you step by step how you can make this as well. Okay, so the way to start, it will be with the magic ring. Very simple. Magic ring, it's basically like a slip knot, but you don't close. So the way I do my magic ring is I wrap the yarn this way in my fingers. Let's do it again. Make an X. Get the hook here. And then on top of the other one, so you put your hook underneath this yarn on top of the other one, and you pull this one through, hold it here, and you have a ring already, right? Okay, so you close it but not too much. Okay, now you make a little chain here to secure it. You're gonna put 6 single crochet, so that's 1. Insert in the ring, pull the yarn through. You have 2 loops, yarn over, pull it through. That's a single crochet. That's 2 single crochet. We're gonna do 6. That's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now you can pull this tail to close the ring, and that's your first round. And we're gonna start with the second one. The way to start the second one is to close the round. The way to close it is right here is one, and right here is the other one. Okay, that's probably the hardest because it's tight. So now you have 2 loops and you finish your single crochet for the second round. I'm gonna pull this here to use a piece of yarn, and the way to do that is by just looping the yarn, maybe a little longer piece of yarn, but not necessarily. I think this will be good, and then that will be your stitch marker. Very inexpensive, you don't have to purchase anything. Now I have mine, so I'm going to use it. Now we're going to start round 2, and round 2 it's going to consist of a total of 8. And the way to do that, this is only 6, right? If you do a stitch in each of these stitches, it's gonna be 6. You don't want that. You wanted it to be a little bit bigger, so you're gonna increase. What increase means is that you do 2 of the same stitch in the same space. So we already did 1 single crochet. We're gonna do another single crochet in the same spot. Okay, and that would be 2. And then on the next one you're gonna do only 1, and then you're gonna do another one in the next one. So the pattern will go 1 increase and 2 single crochet. So now we're gonna repeat the pattern. This will be an increase, 2, and then 2 single crochet. So you repeat the pattern 2 times and you should have 8. So always count, okay? Very important to count. Crocheting is about counting and having the right amount of stitches for your project. So now we're gonna close it. We're gonna close round 2, and the way to close it would be to do another single crochet in the first one here. But when you close means that you start the new round. In this project, you're not gonna close with a slip stitch or anything like that. So this will be the first stitch for the third round. And for the third round, it's gonna be 10 single crochet. And we're gonna do the same. We're gonna do another single crochet in the same spot. And now we're gonna do 3 single crochet in the next one. So the pattern is gonna go increase and 3. So this is the first one of the first pattern. So it'll be 2, 3, 2 in the same to do the repeat, and then 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now we're gonna start with round 4, and then again to start round 4 you start where you started the last round, right here. You do 1 single crochet. Now you use this stitch marker. Oops. 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it'll be 4 single crochet in the next one. We're gonna do a repeat, so it'll be 2 in the next one. So we have 1 and 2, and then 4 in the next. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That will finish round 4, and we should have 12. We're gonna finish right here. We're gonna start, I should say, with a single crochet in round number 5. We're gonna do an increase, 2 in the same, and then 5 single crochet. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we're gonna repeat. Okay, so we did one for round number 6 already. We're gonna do another one in the same spot to make 1 increase. For round number 6, we're gonna do 2 increases. That would be 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet in the same space. That would be 2 increases, and then we're gonna do 5 single crochet in the next spaces. Now we're gonna do another pattern of the same increase. That was 1 increase, 2 increases in total, and then 5 single crochet in the next. So that's perfect. Now, okay, so it's time to change to orange. We're gonna go with orange. we're gonna start. The way to start is not finishing the last right here. Instead of doing the whole thing, we're not gonna finish, we're gonna leave it like that. That will be the last stitch for round number 6, but we're gonna go to round number 7 with orange. Okay, so the way I do it is by holding the yarn right here, right, and finishing okay. So now we're gonna start round number 7 in the next stitch right here. We're gonna do a single crochet. So now you can tie the tail, and that's our first one. For round number 7, we're gonna do 2 rounds of 18. Okay, very simple. So the way I like to hide my tails is as I go along, I hide them on the back. That would be 1. We're gonna continue doing single crochet in each stitch, and it's a total of 18. So that's 2, 3, hiding the tails on the back. That'll be 3. So it's kind of grabbing them on the back, so in a way it's like hiding them, you see? So then you can cut them shorter, but they're secure. Now if you want, you can make a knot, okay, with the white one. We're gonna cut the white one because we don't need it anymore. Remember, this is a pet toy, so you want to make sure that it's secure. So make a knot or 2 and then cut it close. But you were able to grab it here on the back, and then you make 2 knots. So you cut both tails, okay? So now it's secure. The knot's gonna be on the back. It's not noticeable. Let's count 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're gonna do 18. 5. As you can see, this yarn, it's a little brighter, well, a lot brighter. This one's a little bit more opaque, which I like also, but I ran out of this one. This was like leftovers that I had forever, but I had to go buy more to give you the tutorial. So I'm going to just count again because I lost my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm on my last. I'm gonna do 18 right here. I didn't use a stitch marker because it's very noticeable. It's different color. So I'm going to close, or I should say start the next round of 18, because remember, round 7 and 8 is 18 stitches in each space. So we're gonna do 18 more here for round number 8. That was 1. I'm gonna do 2. Okay, so now the last one, around 8. That will be 18. Okay, so now for round number 9, we're gonna do increase again. We're gonna do increase twice and then 7 stitches and repeat that twice. So let's do 1 increase here first, always marking we're gonna do an increase. That's the first increase, 2 increases, and then you're gonna do 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now an increase, 2 in the same spot, another increase, 2 in the same spot, and now 7 stitches. Number 10, we're gonna do single crochet in each stitch for the whole thing, 22 stitches, okay, in total again. Okay, so we're gonna just start our new round number 9. Number 10, round number 10. We're gonna mark it where we always first start, and we're gonna do 22. Very simple. So that was 1. Let me grab this right. The 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now we have one more stitch here, and that will conclude round number 10 with 22 stitches. For round number 11, it's going to be 2 increases and then 9 single crochet. So that was the first one, for the first increase, so that'd be 2 in the same stitch. That's an increase. We're gonna do another increase, and then we're gonna do 9, and that's the pattern. Sure that we have 26 stitches, okay? 12 and 13. Round 12 and 13 is gonna be single crochet in each stitch, 26 in each, okay? Very simple. So you're gonna remove the stitch mark to make the first one for round 12. That was 1. Let's put the stitch mark right here to make sure that that's the beginning of round 12, and we're gonna do 26 stitches. That was 1, 2 single crochet, 3. Okay, so we're almost at the end of round 12. That was 25 and then 26. And we're gonna begin round 13. We're gonna do 1 single crochet. We're gonna mark our first stitch with a stitch marker, and we're gonna continue with 25 more, 26 in this round also. So this is number 2 and 3. From time to time, grab your working yarn to control the tension better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I'm gonna do 20 more, and I'll meet you here. Okay, so that was, I just need to do one more stitch for round 13, change colors with yellow. Okay, so the way to do that, it's going to be very easy, the way we did it last time. We need to do one more of the orange, so we're gonna do on this part only, and we're gonna feed the yellow yarn, holding it, and that's it. Making sure you always grab the whole strand of yarn. Okay, so now I'm going to cut the orange. We don't need the orange anymore. Now we have the yellow, and we have the tail right here. We have two tails, right? So we're gonna grab the tail as we go along, and then we're gonna make two knots and secure it. So let's start round 14 with yellow. Okay, grabbing the yarn on the back. You're not pulling the yarn through the stitch, you just grab it on the back, and you're gonna just grab it like this. So that was our first single crochet for round 14, and now we're gonna increase. If you take a look at the way this is, it goes wider, so that's why we need to continue increasing. Okay, so that was our first for the increase. We're gonna increase again 2, and then we're gonna do 11 single crochet, and we're gonna repeat this pattern twice. So we're gonna do another repeat, grabbing the yarn on the back like this. You see, I'm grabbing it, so it's securing it. And so that was 2. Now we're gonna do 11 single crochet, and now I'm going to pause, always pulling the loop so I don't lose my stitches. And now I can make a knot or 2. In my case, I'm gonna do 2. Remember, this is a dog, it's a toy for a dog, so like that. Okay, and then we can cut these ends shorter so they're not in the way. Okay, so now we're gonna continue with our 11 single crochet in each stitch. We already did 2. 1, 2. We're gonna do 3, 4, 7. Then again, I didn't do the stitch mark because it's obvious. So now we can close right here, round 14, and that's our first single crochet for round 15. Now for round 15 and 16, we're gonna do 2 rounds with single crochet, and it should be a total of 30. That was our first one. I'm gonna do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now we're almost done with round 15. That was number 29. Now we're gonna do one more single crochet, that will be 30. Now we're going to start round 16, single crochet, marking our first stitch for round 16, and we're gonna do 30 again. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. And I'll meet you here when I'm done with 30 single crochet for round 16. Our tip is always, if you're gonna pause and stop, always stop at 5 or 10, so it'll be easier for you to remember. Always have a piece of paper and pen so you can write down how many stitches you made already. And always count again and again to be safe if you're not sure. I'll meet you at the end of round 16 with 30 stitches. Okay, so now I'm at the end of round 16. That was 29 stitches. Now finishing up with round 16, that will be 30. Now we're gonna start with round 17 right here, single crochet, making sure you mark your first stitch for round 17, and we're gonna do an increase twice and then 13 stitches. So that was 1 single crochet in the same, 2 in the same, that'll be our first increase. This is our second increase, and I feel the yarn is pulling, so I need to feed it. Okay, so now we're gonna continue doing single crochet, a total of 13. That was 1, 2, 3. For round 18, we're gonna do single crochet in each stitch for a total of 34. So we're gonna start right here, and we're gonna start making single crochet in each stitch. That would be 2, 3, 4, 5. Complete it with round 18, 34 stitches. This is my 33. Let's do one more. That's 34. So I'm going to just remove the stitch mark. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do 34 stitches all around for round 19, but we're just gonna grab the back loop, like right here, and you're gonna do your first single crochet, only grabbing the back loop. Okay, so we're gonna do 34. That was number 1. I'll do 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now I'm almost done with round 19. I'm finishing with 34 single crochet, only grabbing the back loop, right? What this does, that was 34, is that it's creating a line, like a rigid line, for where the candy corn is going to fall down for the base. Okay, so let me just remove it. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna decrease. The way to decrease is very similar to what we just did, grabbing only the back loop, but in this case we're gonna grab just the front loop, but we're gonna do 1 and 2, grabbing both, and then yarn over, pull it through those two. Now you have 2 loops, and then you grab the yarn better, you yarn over and you pull it through. So that's a decrease. Okay, so we're going to do a decrease, and then we're gonna go and we're gonna do a single crochet, and then we're gonna do a decrease, grabbing only the front of the next one and then another one. So you grab 2 loops, yarn, pull the yarn all through, yarn over and pull it through. And now we're going to do 1 single crochet and 1 decrease, decrease and single crochet, like that. And you're going to continue doing that, alternating. What this is going to do is that's going to start closing, you see, because it's decreasing, so it's going to be closing and closing, and it's going to be folding in. And when that happens, you're gonna end up with the base of your candy corn. Okay, so you're gonna continue doing that until we hit here. Okay, so before we start stuffing our toy, this was the tail when we started, so we're gonna make a knot and cut it, and then that's fine because this is going to be inside. For the first stitch, we're gonna grab only the front loop for our first stitch, and it's going to be a decrease. So you grab the first loop and the second loop, yarn over, pull it through. Now you have 2 loops and you completed your first single crochet decrease. Okay, so we're gonna do a decrease all over. We're gonna keep doing decreases, grabbing only the front, and it's gonna be, the purpose of this is to start closing or opening on the bottom, and that's going to allow us to have a bottom, and the candy corn, it's going to be able to sit. Doing my last one, so we're just gonna grab the front part of these 2, pull it through, and you do the single crochet. So I'm gonna just detach the stitch marker to close the round, and we're going to do now our last round, which is going to always put the stitch mark on my first stitch. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna do 17 stitches. That was number 1. That's 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now what we're gonna start doing is filling it. What we're gonna do is leave a tail to sew it in. Now we're gonna just close the opening with a yarn needle. Okay, so what you're gonna do is just, I like to grab just the front here and the front here and kind of like do what we do with the crocheting but with the needle. And what this is going to do is that I am going to make stitches around, and as I go across I pull. You see how it's pulling? And I'm going to just grab the front loop. Okay. Push the filling more just to make sure that it's tight and it doesn't need any more. I can probably put a little bit more. I'm gonna go across like 2 stitches or 2 spaces. Now I'm gonna pull, and that's how I'm gonna be closing it. So I'm going around for the second time, closing it. Hard to put it because remember it's very compact, but you find a place. Like, try not to pull, you see, like that. Okay, and I kind of lost the footage, but what I did is when I took the needle, I cut the yarn very close, and then it got back inside. So now it's secure. So that's it. Now if you want to add some embellishments, and you can add with a needle and thread, you can add the eyes. You can use the yarn needle and you can add eyes and a mouth. That's what I did with this one. So it's up to you if you want to. It's very simple. You just do the stitches. And here they are. They came out lovely. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Please let me know if you have any questions. Here's Georgie playing with his candy corn. He loved it.
Georgie, did you have a good weekend? Did you have a good weekend at Abuela's? Did you have a good weekend?